Tyler, thank you very much for your time. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I want to know some things because you had a special year, not just for the pandemic. You are a father right now, and I want to know how is the relation between the Tyler musician and the Tyler father.
Mm, it's a good question. It is. It's been. It's the one positive this past year. I've been able to stay home and be a part of my daughter's first entire year of her life, and I can feel that we've established a connection because of it. And in another circumstance, I may be traveling or playing shows all over, and so I try to look at it as a positive that I've been kind of forced to stay home for this year, and I'm in a sense I'm glad that I was able to have that opportunity with her, and it's been exciting. It's been not a lot of sleep sometimes. I don't know why she doesn't just sleep. I mean, just sleep. And, but yeah, I'm learning. My patience is tested. My my stamina is tested. My energy is tested. A lot of things are tested, but wow. Each day is new, and she's doing something new each day and learning something new, and it keeps on getting exciting, which that's not normal for other things. Like you don't continue to stay excited about a new car or a new phone or a new house or whatever, but with her it all keeps on getting exciting.
I want to know, did she participate in the process of this new album? Because I think that I heard that she accidentally was in one of the songs, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of times when I'm writing the beginning of an idea, I have a piano that's upstairs, and if something hits me, I'll just sit at the piano and play it, and I'll pull out my phone and just record a voice memo just to have a reference for when I go back down in the studio to work on it. And for the song Shy Away, which we released, the first idea that I had for it, I was hitting record on my phone, and she was in the room as well, and she made some noise while I was recording that, and then when I brought that audio file into my studio to start working on the song, I decided to leave her noise in it. And so the beginning of Shy Away, there's this kid little baby noise that happens that I made it, I affected and made very abstract, but yeah, she's in there.
Okay, hashtag baby noises. I like that, and I want to know, we are in the previous hours of Choker, and what do you do in this time? Do you play some music? Do you run? Do you cooking something? Maybe do you do nothing? That's an option too. What do you feel anxiety or?
Yeah, no, there's truly no feeling like when you're about to release music. I mean, it is. There's just a lot of work and time goes into it, and then when that moment arrives where you're gonna finally let it out. I mean, you're gonna let it out of its cage and let it run wild for the first time. It's an exciting feeling, and it's a feeling that I continue to remind myself of when I'm in the throes of writing a record, when I'm in the trenches of it, when I'm when it's frustrating, when you're wrestling with the song. You have to remind yourself at one point this will all be solved, and you'll get to that point where you're a few hours away from releasing it, and it'll all be worth it. And so yeah, this is a moment to kind of take a deep breath.
May 21st is the date of the presentation of Scale and Ice. And do you have this beautiful 21 Pilot live stream experience coming? And I want to know, is that live, is already recorded? What can you spoil about that?
It's live. If I trip, I will be tripping and falling in front of everybody. It's gonna happen. So so we've been working really hard on it. So it's a live stream concert, and I know that some people have seen live stream concerts before. I would like to believe that this is going to be different than anything else anyone's seen. It is songs, it is performance, but there's also a lot more that goes into it. It's going to be some of the new songs off the new record, but also some of the old songs. And we're really excited to be able to invite our fans into an experience with us. We're so used to playing live shows. I don't think that you're not going to be able to replace a real concert. It's just not going to happen. So I think that from the beginning, we knew we weren't trying to outdo that feeling that you get when you go to a live show, because you can't beat it. But we did want to approach this live stream concert that comes out on the 21st of May with the record. We wanted to approach it and try to create something new, create something hopefully just as compelling, but in a different way. And so we're really excited to share it with our fans.
I remember when you came to Argentina, like the fans were go mad really, because your show is like, it's insane. And in Argentina, we love to do something we call pogo. Do you know what pogo is?
Is that where you jump up and down?
It's like mash, when people, it's like jumping each other. Yes. And we really miss that. And
yeah.
And I don't know what's the memory do you have from Argentina?
Yeah, I remember playing Argentina at Lollapalooza, and I was like blown away by that show. I can remember, I can see it right now. I remember I was wearing the football uniform, and I was fully engulfed in the culture. And man, that was exciting. I didn't know. I just felt like there's no way that they all know these songs. And then when I started singing, they started singing, and it made me realize just how powerful music is. And I remember that show vividly. And I know we've played in Argentina a few times since. And, it's definitely one of those places that I think of often when writing music. I think of that show. I think of being on that stage. Now we're a bit more established, where if we play a festival, we play later in the night. The sun is going down. But those first festivals, specifically the festival in Argentina, the sun was out. It was bright. You can't hide behind any lights. You can't hide behind any production. It's just you and the crowd. And They showed up, and they tore it up, and it was amazing. And that's part of the reason why I remember that show so vividly.
And I remember the crowd knew all the lyrics, and that's not easy because, the language, English is not our first language. So we really love you in here. And in fact, Level of Concern is ranking so well in our charts here in Argentina. And I want to know about that song because you broke a record, Guinness record. And I want to know, maybe you talked about this a lot of time, but I want to know if this was like a coincidence or you were looking for that.
I mean, I think that we knew we'd never seen anything called the Never Ending music video. And we knew of a technology and partnered with a guy who knew how to work this technology where every time the song would start over, it would be a new, it would be a new version of it, using submitted video from the fans. And each time the song would play, it would be a new pattern and brand new clips. Technically, it never ended. And
yes,
but
and
then
with a lot of talent, because there's a lot of musicians and people who sings, and it's really insane. It's like addictive. You can pass hours like watching a lot of people.
There's so many. I mean, our fans are so talented. They have, their approach on their creative process, and whether it's drawing something or animating something or playing another an instrument or covering our songs, it's truly amazing the talent that is a part of our fan base. And we wanted to create something where they had their own platform to do that, and so they could submit themselves, covering the song, and we ran it for, I forget how many days. It was a lot of days, and then we did have to end it. So it was a never-ending music video until it was ended.
And okay,
but we got our world record. So,
well, I love that. I want to end this interview, this conversation. Thanks for your time again. With two pictures. This first one, I can't stop watching. That smile. Look at that teeth. Look at that. You're so happy in here. Are you happy like this all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding my daughter Rosie there. She's so excited, and she watches everything, and you can tell that she's just processing everything. You know, every new thing that comes into her life, and you know, for her to watch me do a photo shoot, it was the first time she ever saw Dad work. You know, I just been sitting at home fooling around on instruments for a year, and she didn't know what her dad did, and so yeah, I mean, when I'm with her like that, there are moments of pure joy for sure, and it's so I'm so thankful that I have that in my life.
And you become a child. Look at your size. That's
just someone. You know, we have our fans that they do Photoshop and they do crazy stuff to our photos, and I just thought that was so funny to make a miniature version of me there. And I do, you know, I look at my daughter as I'm preparing to be a peer of hers. I'm preparing to be a friend of hers. I can't wait for the day where she has her own thoughts and her own ideas, and I can have a conversation with her. And right now it's a little bit one way, you know, but I can already tell that she's got an attitude and a quality about her that's new to this world, and I can't wait for her to continue to grow. And yeah, I can hear her running around upstairs right now.
I know that. Tyler, thank you very much for this time. It's beautiful, and we can't wait for this live experience and the new album. Thank you.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get back to, you know, playing shows in Argentina. So look out for us.
Come back, please. Thanks, Tyler.
All right, see you.
See you.